All right, everyone. Hi, we're going live. This is don't mind my hair. This is phase one of my haircut, but this today is June 14th, 2025. Arvada, Colorado. We are at the No Kings protest. The No Kings protest here in Arvada, Colorado. Um, there's actually a lot of people that actually turned up. So do you want to go on top or do you want to go under? I think we should go on top. So a lot of people here, a lot of people with signs. They took over one of the overpasses here in Arvada, like the Grandview overpass. But we're gonna do a quick walkthrough and see everyone and see the signs and see what everyone has to offer. It was an earlier in the day protest. I know there's I think scheduled 1,600 across the country, and then there's others across the world, which is ironic because some of those countries that are protesting in other places of the world, they actually are run by kings. Uh, we have a president, not a king, so it is interesting to see that angle of it. Uh, we live in a constitutional republic run by democratic principles, democratic values. So we'll see if all the people out here today see what their 2 cents are in the current era of the situation. It's a big day, so let's flip this camera around and get some coverage. All right, let's see here. Uh, yep, cool. Let's see. Let's go this way. It's going to be a little different than the stream on Tuesday. The sun's a lot brighter. Hey, what up, buddy?
Let's see about
Nice to see you, man. It is supposed to be wrapping up around noon. So I showed up a little late to kind of see if there's going to be some late stragglers, but you got the usual suspects for a protest in the day on a weekend. I don't know how Burger King feels about. I don't know how Burger King feels about people commandeering their crowns from Burger King. Yeah, when we drove over or under Wadsworth, there was a lot of people, so there is going to be a good amount of people over here. But you can already tell that there's crowds of people walking away from the overpass because the protest is over at noon. So everybody leaves at noon. I'm gonna get a good estimate on how many people are here. Hope everyone can see me and hear me. Audio seems pretty fine. I mean, this is just the appetizer. What's going to happen later today, as far as the amount of people that are going to be across the country doing stuff. So we'll get a good view of it here. Getting over to the overpass now. It's kind of hard to judge because there's people under the overpass as well as like along the side of the road. But hey, that's a good sign. You got the Ukraine flag here. Yeah, Slava Ukraine. Go fight in a war that no one will ever fucking win. You have someone wearing a mask outside, wearing a black mask outside in the middle of the fucking day. Arvadans for Progressive Action. Interesting. All right, so someone be the judge. Let's see how many people are actually here. I would wager a bet that there's probably 600 people here, 700 people, maybe more. It's hard to say. There is a lot. Colorado is taken over by a bunch of fucking Marxists. You got the gay pride. You got all kinds of different groups of people here, whether it's BLM, LGBT, Free Palestine, everyone. Yeah. Let's take a walk up to the Wadsworth intersection. Let's see. So it's a row of people on both sides. Over there too. Let's walk up here. Check out some more signs. Get a feel for the group, the type of people showing up. All right. Yeah, so this protest was funded by the Party for Socialism and Liberation and the Walton family. Walmart was a big sponsor of this protest across the country. The Walton family funded millions of dollars for this protest. Same thing with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. How are we looking in the chat? Yeah. I know, right, Zoo Archer? I would love to see how those protests are looking in Florida right now. We're gonna do like a lap around. We'll do like a lap around to kind of show you. We'll get from the other side and we'll walk over the bridge. Okay. Ukrainian flag. It's funny that they wave Ukrainian flags when Zelensky's suspended the election. And in other words, he is a unelected king of Ukraine because they've suspended election because of the war. So there's a no kings protest. Meanwhile, we're going to support a dictator in Ukraine. Huh? Interesting. You got pro-abortion, pro-women's rights. You got Free Palestine. You got Slava Ukraine. You got so many people, protesting for so many different reasons, right? Oops, sorry. So we're gonna do a lap. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna cross the street. We're gonna go the other way. All right, let's go to the other side. We can hit it now. We can cross it now. Yes, Free Palestine. Free Palestine at the No Kings protest. Yeah, the same chant that you hear at every rally. The same chant you hear at every fucking rally ever. Yes. No. You got the trans flag. You got the you got the Teletubbies over here. Teletubbies running across the street, about to get hit by a car. That's great. You got the trans flag. Beautiful, amazing, powerful, sending a message, resonating with the people. This is the rainbow. This is the rainbow section of the street. So bold, so dashing. Yeah. Oh, I could do that. That appears like it's an anti-MAGA flag. It's quite a shame, honestly. Stop him. That's my purse. I don't know you. We've got quite a lot of people lined up over here for protesting the king that is Donald Trump. What a shame that there's hundreds of people here to protest the President of the United States. I would have to say there's probably at least 600 people here at this rally in Arvada, Colorado. Got many signs, many colors, many flags, many people. The best flags, the best types of flags. So you got a group on the side, you got 8647, No Kings. It's the same stuff. You got Idiocracy. Idiocracy is a great movie, not to be taken as a rule book or a textbook, right? Okay.
Oh, are you inside?
Oh, look at this one. He made a toilet. He made a toilet with Donald Trump. Shitter's full.
Sorry.
What would you guess the average age is here? 50? 60? The average age?
I'd say about 30. Because I saw so many young people.
But like children, or I would say it's about 50.
Maybe mid-40s. I'd say that's it.
So you got people on the underpass over there. You're gonna see this kind of protest all across the country, and this is obviously the kind of protest you want to see. This is flexing the First Amendment. Everyone has a right in the United States. Everyone has a right in the United States to protest against a government in which they feel is not representing the people. You have
Maybe every time this happens, you should just come here just to listen to look at cars.
Ha! It is a good way to look at and listen to fast cars, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone has a right in their First Amendment rights to protest a government who is not standing up for them in their views. I've protested many of people in my days, but as soon as it gets violent, that's when we have problems, right? We do not want violence. We do not want agent provocateurs or agitators. It's gonna get loud. Sorry, it's gonna get loud. Hold on. I'll answer in a sec, Zoo. Hold on. I mean, I don't really need to go over here. Let's go back. There's nothing else really happening over there. It's just really loud. It's really loud. Yeah, Zoo. So I'm here in Arvada, Colorado. It's June 14th, 2025, Flag Day, 250th birthday of the Army. No King's Day, no King's protest. The reason I'm here in Arvada is because I'm only a few minutes away, and I do have to work later tonight. So the reason I'm here in Arvada is because it was convenient.
And it was like there's different times, like, and if you looked, and just everyone's aware that the Party for Socialism and Liberation funded all these No Kings protests. They promoted it. They put it on social media. So the Party for Socialism and Liberation was the one kind of putting the message out there, along with the Walton family of Walmart. So that's kind of how this became such a wide thing, right? And they're staggered different times. So you have, this one was earlier in the day this one was scheduled from 10 a.m. to noon. And then we also have other ones happening downtown. I think there's one at Lincoln downtown from 1 to 4 in Denver. Let's see if I can get a shot in through the grate.
Well, because we want to know how big it is if they have a presence.
So you've got all those people on that side, got all those people over there. I would say about 700 people, maybe closer to 1,000, but I wouldn't say quite 1,000. But got a few hundred for sure. Yeah, there are a lot, and it is funny because you do have people protesting these across the world. There are protests scheduled in England where they quite literally have a king, which I find funny. You got police. It's got police present. But the thing is that this is a different kind of protest than the LA protest. Much different. You got people, you got residents, you got families, you got all different kinds of people here. Peacefully assembling, flexing their First Amendment, because that's why America is the greatest, because we can do that. Don't have to agree with everyone here, but you are more than welcome to protest and defy your government in a peaceful and effective manner. By all means. You got 2 police cars, 3 police cars over here. But for the most part, I mean, everyone's pretty chill. Everyone's having a good time, honking their horns, making it happen here. We will see what happens later in the day, though, because this one is supposed to wrap up here in a little bit. Yeah, the NGOs are fighting to stay relevant. And the thing is that they operate by emotional, visceral hatred for a person, right? These protests are about the Donald Trump himself and how they see him being a dictator, a fascist, a king, not fundamentally addressing the argument and the principal cause of the government itself is a problem. The government itself, no man, no person should be the avatar for what it means to be a tyrannical, right? Yes, we've used Hitler, and we've used Mao, we've used Stalin, we've used all these different people throughout courses of history, and I'm just trying to equate. These people are equating Trump to a Hitler, Trump to a fascist regime, Trump to. Meanwhile, you have like throughout the course of human history, we've seen people be like just straight up murdered by the millions. We have yet to really see it. Trump actively murdering his constituents in America. You know what I mean? Really, though, I don't protest. I was there. If I was there, I'd be there to be on Tinder. It's hilarious. I mean, I wouldn't want to match with any of these fucking bozos. I wouldn't want to match with any of these fucking clowns here. Look at this one over here. Check it out. All right, so if I could zoom in, I'm not going to zoom in, but you got the rainbow flag. You got wrapped up rainbow flag wearing all black and a mask in the middle of the fucking sun, middle of the day. Look at this one. Full suited and rainbow flagged. Unbelievable. You can't fix stupid folks, but you can sure vote it out. Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to just cover this because, like I said, it's right down the street. I knew it was going to be happening, and I'm going to keep tabs on keep an ear to the ground as far as the rest of the day goes. As far as what happens downtown Denver, you got some police moving. What happens in downtown Denver? What's going to happen in Chicago? What's happening in LA? What's happening in Philly? What's happening? There's going to be a lot of this type of protest as the sun is out. A lot of people from all different ages, all different backgrounds. But once the sun settles, you're going to see a different kind of protest, I feel. Once the military parade goes through DC, that's when you're really going to start seeing a stark difference between these types of protests and the protests that we saw in LA. That's my opinion. Yeah, right, Archer? Absolutely. They're having a hard time even pulling together their chants. We got a Ukrainian flag. It's about to run into the wall over there. It's great. I'll do another walkthrough here. The only minority destroying America are billionaires. See, once it's 12 o'clock now. It's 12 o'clock now, and you see people, people are already leaving. It is hot. I have nothing against it. It is hot out here. 11 cop cars set on fire in New York after hours in a parking lot. Yeah, that sounds about right for New York. You're going to see a lot of this happen in the suburbs across cities, capitals across the country. This is the First Amendment. This is a prime example of what it means to use your First Amendment in the United States. But as soon as it shifts into targeted violence and looting and lighting shit on fire and actively aggressing the police like we saw in LA, that is a different kind of protest, which is not okay. That is not acceptable. This is great. This is amazing. Everyone has a right to do this, but no one has a right to destroy businesses and aggress and be agent provocateurs and cause reason for harm and reason for concern at protests. So as soon as you see agent provocateur or someone like that, that's when you have an issue, right? But I mean, this is exactly what I was kind of expecting, though. I was expecting, suburbanites, middle-aged families, some kids, pets. What do you think about it, huh? You don't know? You have no input?
No.
Sir, what do you think about the protest, sir?
I don't think anything about it.
You don't think anything about nothing? You have no opinion?
No.
None? None at all? Oh, you just care about cars.
Yeah.
You just care about cars. Yeah.
Why waste your attention on something that doesn't happen?
Yeah. And Colorado is a purple Colorado is a purple state for all intents and purposes. Arvada in particular is split about 30-30-30 when it comes to registered voters. You got 31% Republican, 32% Independent, 30% Democrat, 31% Democrat. It's all pretty evenly split, so you're going to see a lot of turnouts for protests like this, as well as, you know, Second Amendment protests, closed border protests. You're going to see a mixed bag of people here that live in Arvada. But it is good to see people turning out to use their First Amendment rights, because we're the greatest country in the world. It's very interesting because you're going to see all different kinds of groups, whether it's BLM, whether it's pro-Palestine, whether it's anti-Israel, whether it's women's rights, abortion. There are going to be all kinds of people here protesting on the No Kings protest. As everyone walks their way through Old Town Arvada.
We are. Yeah, Westminster's from 12 to 2. So,
yeah.
Let me look it up. It's on the No Kings website. That's where I go. You click RSVP when you find it on the map. Here, let me tell you.
So there's other ones happening in other suburban cities. You have Westminster. You have Douglas County's going to have one. Littleton's going to have one. Lakewood's going to have one. Next interview, Trump voice. Okay, yeah. I see if I can do that. Yeah. She only bows to drag kings. How about that?
104th and Sheridan.
104th and Sheridan's the next protest in Westminster. I don't know if that one's good. This one, I feel like this one will probably be the largest in the suburb, or at least in this part of town. You'll probably see a lot in Lakewood, Littleton too. But like I said, it's going to be a different kind of protest once the sun goes down, once the weather, or once the day kind of progresses.
Yes, I love that.
Hopefully, we don't see anything bad happen as far as in downtown Denver, because you always end up getting a couple bad apples out of the batch, But yes, this protest was funded by the Walton family from Walmart. It was promoted by the Party for Socialism and Liberation, which has direct ties to the Chinese Communist Party. So Chinese Communist money was the one promoting and propping up the information about these protests across the country. But you see it right at 12:06. Look at them. Everyone's done protesting. We're all done now, because that's when the time said we're done.
What is that mask? Why is it that one right there?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Aren't you a little hot there, my friend?
A little bit.
Yeah, you're a little warm. It looks like you're being a little warm. Yeah. Now, what, in your opinion, turns Donald Trump into a king? If you have one thing to say to Donald Trump, what would you say?
Die.
Well, that's a little harsh. I would say. Let's put him through the judicial system first, right?
Okay.
Right, judicial system, and then we'll figure it out. But unfortunately, he already went through the judicial system and seemed to be okay out of that, right? 34 felony counts, and he's president. Interesting. Single file line. Everyone's just flowing out of this protest. Very orderly. Yes. There's a lot going on that flag. That's for sure.
Sure, you guys are awesome. We're not together, but that's okay. You're not feeling good.
It is a hot day outside. It's time to go inside and maybe grab a nice drink.
Thank you. You out there hurt?
I tell you what, that is a no king sign. It looks very nice. The hair on it, perfect, absolutely perfect. And that's quite a elegant looking swoop you have on that sign. Very good job.
That pig was easy to draw.
Oh yes, I'm sure he was. All right. Well, it looks like everyone's kind of wrapping up. Be interesting to see if any of these party goers are going to pop into another protest here. There's one in Westminster, 104th and Watts, and then Lakewood. But yes, all of these protests across the country have been funded by the Walton Group. And that means the people are not being funded. It is the exposure of the media, putting it on the social media platforms. The Walton Group, the Walmart family, and the Party for Socialism and Liberation were the ones promoting and pushing these No Kings protests. So just so you know how vast and wide this network is of coordinated protesting is. And the Party for Socialism and Liberation is directly tied to the Chinese Communist Party. So in essence, Chinese influence and Chinese propaganda have funded and propped up these anti-Trump protests. So
I like that Nissan 300ZX. I'd buy that.
yes.
I like
It's a nice day to go inside. Have you seen my pee-pee tapes? It is funny. Hilarious. Okay. Let me flip this camera around. Let's see if I can do this. Because, yeah. So we are wrapping up here. We've been on for about 30 minutes. I wanted to record more, but everyone seems to be filing out rather timely here at this protest. I was expecting people to hang out a little bit longer. We are floating our way back into Old Town Arvada now. I am probably going to grab a drink and some lunch, but police just rolling through. But I would say overall there was about, 700, closer to 1,000 people at its peak probably showed up here in Old Town Arvada today for the No Kings protest. I wish I had the opportunity to go downtown Denver and record, but unfortunately I have to be at work in a few hours, and I'm not going to really be able to be a part of that protest, or at least record that protest. But protest, it is protest season. But it also, in my opinion, we have to be wary. It could very well be false flag season too, with what just happened with Israel and Iran, and these protests happening across the country. You could very well see a false flag or some sort of attack that happens on these protests somewhere in the country, whether it's at DC at the parade or New York or wherever. And all it would take would be some bad actor, some Iranian to target these that are happening across the country. I don't want to see anything bad happen, but it is a prime target for someone who equally hates Israel as much as they hate America, and that would be the Iranians. So you have to keep your head on a swivel. I don't want to see anything bad happen. I don't want to see anyone get hurt or any damage happen. Everyone has a right to peacefully assemble, but you have to kind of, sometimes see which way the wind's blowing and kind of do the safest thing for you. But it is false flag season when it comes down to it, because you're going to have agent provocateurs using this Israel-Iran situation and these protests happening across the country. Could easily see something bad happen, and I don't want to see that. But So just if you do go out, just make sure you go with someone. Make sure you are aware of your surroundings, aware of your group. Play it safe. Be smart. Be able to identify and be aware of what's going on around you at all times. Especially these larger cities, like I said, DC, Baltimore, Philly, Chicago, Austin. You're gonna have all kinds of people out and about, and what better time, or what better, it's fish in a barrel for a radical terrorist who was led into this country by a former administration because they had no border protection and no border control, and you had foreign agents enter this country through the southern border, whether it's Iranians or Chinese or what have you. But this would be a perfect opportunity for someone who has a score to settle with an America, and it's just kindling for the fire. It's kindling for the fire for radical groups to target situations like this. So always be careful, always be safe. But we're gonna probably be wrapping up here. Let me check chat one last time. Protesters forum shopping, yeah, probably. But folks, yeah, I think that is going to do it here for Break the Chains Media. Stay tuned, stay in touch. We will keep more boots on the ground as I can. Like I said, as long as my schedule allows it, I will be on the ground trying to report, trying to get information, unbiased, real and objective reality to social media by recording it. Just pull out your camera and record. So with that, folks, I love you. I appreciate you. Fight for freedom.